As a Punahou varsity athlete, Perry Lamb started almost every play with the ball in his hands, either as the point guard on the varsity basketball team or as quarterback for Buff and Blue football. Along the way, he was awarded 7 varsity letters and cemented his legacy as one of the great Hawaii athletes of the early 1990s. After honing his skills as a middle school prodigy at the famed Kalakaua Clinic, Perry Lamb entered the varsity basketball ranks at Punahou fundamentally sound and fully formed. He was named the starting point guard the first game of his freshman season and led the team from that position all 4 years of high school. A prototypical 1, Lamb possessed the complete array of skills necessary for success: an eagerness to distribute, the ability to shoot, a knack for seeing the court and making the correct decision every time. As a freshman starter on a squad loaded with all-state caliber senior bigs, Lamb's cool under-pressure temperament was exactly what the team needed en route to an undefeated season, an ILH championship, and victory in the state title game. Over the course of his varsity career, he was all ILH 4 times, named ILH Player of the Year as a senior, and made 2 All-State teams. Lamb also excelled on the gridiron, playing both sides of the ball. Used primarily as a defensive back his sophomore year, his athleticism made him a powerful asset under center during his junior campaign as one of the team's quarterbacks. As a senior, he became the full-time signal caller. He was named All-ILH all 3 years of his varsity football career.
Perry was an unusual athlete, and he had great foot speed, great hand-eye coordination, high basketball IQ, and then he just had this work ethic that was like crazy from start to finish. The minute he walked in the gym, he was usually the first one in and last one to leave. That kind of set an example right there about what kind of an athlete he was. I think his mental toughness probably first started with football and then moved over to basketball rather than vice versa. Great mental toughness from football, and it just got better every year. I mean, there wasn't anybody tougher than Perry Lamb. I think what I learned most from Perry is there are players out there who come in like totally prepared, ready to go, and that's the kind of player he was. I learned that he was going to go hard from first whistle to the last whistle, and then he'd do a little bit more. He'd stay after and do a little bit more. I'll remember that from him so well. And I think that he inspired the younger teams that came in and shared the gym with us often. They would all look up to him, and they cherished the ground that he walked on. And I think I would describe Perry as kind of the consummate student athlete. Great in the classroom, great here in the gym, great on the field, and really unselfish and humble. That's the way I'll always remember Perry. So the way we used Perry was, first of all, he'd be the guy who'd bring the ball up the floor. He's a great ball handler. Secondly, we would use him as an outside threat because he was so good from the outside. And thirdly, if we needed to break down a team's defense, he was a great driver, so we just have him penetrate, and then he'd dish to guys who were spotting up from 3. So he was so versatile, he could do all 3 of those things pretty well, because he was a great passer as well as scorer. He had great stamina, he just didn't get tired, he could run forever.
Following Punahou, Lamb went on to play basketball at Lewis and Clark College in Portland, Oregon. He ranks 2nd all-time in career assists and 7th in career steals. After moving back to Hawaii in 2006, he continued to be involved in basketball as a coach, including as an assistant on Punahou's 2012 state championship team. Today, he works as a customs broker with SG Lamb, a family business. The Punahou Athletic Hall of Fame welcomes Perry Lamb, class of 1993.